beautiful souls. Welcome back to another episode of Reset and Rise. I'm your host, Coach Sabrina Woods, your guide, your sister in healing, and your reminder that midlife isn't your breakdown, it is your breakthrough. Today's episode is raw, personal, and necessary. We're talking about boundaries, not the trendy kind. Not the cute little quotes on Instagram, but the real, uncomfortable, life-saving kind. Let me start here. I didn't fully understand boundaries. I heard the words. I even used them in conversation, but I didn't know how to stop giving myself to everyone and everything except the things that made me feel alive. I was dying on the inside. I had a smile for the world and an attitude to survive, but underneath it all, I was disappearing. I didn't recognize myself, and I thought that being a good woman, a good coach, a good friend, or a good wife meant never letting anyone down, even if it meant constantly letting myself down. But boundaries, they saved me. Not just the big ones, but the daily ones, the whispered no, the walkaways, and the decision to choose me when it felt like a betrayal to others. Boundaries are not being mean. They're about being honest. They're not about keeping others out. They're about letting the real you back in. So today, I want to walk you through what I've learned, not from just my life, but the beautiful woman that I've had the privilege to coach. We're going deep. We're naming the types of boundaries we need in midlife and the reasons we resist them. And finally, the emotional blocks that keep us stuck. We're going to build a new vision, one where you're free, whole, and not drowning in guilt every time you say to someone, I can't do that. So let's begin. Midlife is not just a season. It's a turning point. You begin to feel the weight of everything you've said yes to over the years. You start to question if your peace is worth the price of pleasing everyone. But why do we resist boundaries? For me, it was fear of being seen as selfish, fear of rejection or abandonment. I held on to guilt and shame. Another big one is conditioning, especially for women that believe they have to be everything to everyone. But here's the truth. Every yes you give out of fear becomes a no to yourself. And eventually, those no's add up in resentment, exhaustion, anxiety, burnout, and even illness. Now let's get into the type of boundaries that you may need in midlife and how they all connect to our emotional health, our identity, and our power. Number one boundary for me was time boundaries. Time is our most precious, non-renewable source. Time boundaries mean saying no to overcommitment, and it means protecting your moments of rest and joy. If your calendar is filled with everything except your peace, you're out of alignment. So ask yourself, when was the last time that I scheduled joy on purpose? This week's challenge is to schedule a no. Literally, block off a time for you and honor it like it's a sacred appointment. Number two, emotional boundaries. All about protecting our peace, right? You are not responsible for fixing everyone's crisis. You're allowed to take a step back when relationships become draining. We often confuse compassion with codependency. We carry the emotional weight of others while abandoning our own hearts. Setting emotional boundaries doesn't mean that you don't care. It means that you care enough about yourself to stop drowning. Number 3, this was huge for me. Work-life boundaries. They're all about preventing burnout and reclaiming fulfillment. You see, midlife is a wake-up call. Success isn't just about achievement. It's about alignment. Work-life boundaries are about refusing to let your job become your identity. It means closing the laptop and leaving it at work and letting yourself live. Ladies, if you're living for the weekend, something is out of balance. Number 4, social boundaries. Choose connection over obligation. Some people are chapters, not forever characters. Social boundaries mean not showing up where you are no longer celebrated or supported. You don't owe your time to anyone who drained you just because of history. Let this season of your life be filled with mutual engagement and energy, not one-sided effort. Number 5, family boundaries. It's loving without losing yourself. Family dynamics are some of the hardest places to create boundaries, especially as we step into caregiving roles. But ladies, you're allowed to say, I can't take that call today. I need help. And I love you, but I'm not available to rescue you. Boundaries within family are not betrayal. They're balance. Number 6, financial boundaries. It's all about empowering your money decisions. Midlife is about owning your financial story. Financial boundaries mean saying no to lending money you can't afford to lose. Investing in your future, and not guilt spending to gain approval. You've earned the right to make empowered decisions, not emotional ones. 7, physical boundaries. It's all about honoring your body and space. This is about listening to your body's signals. It means saying no to hugs if you don't want someone to touch you. Protecting your health and making time for rest without needing to justify it. Ladies, our body is sacred. When we set boundaries, we set them to protect our energy, our sleep, and our well-being. Number 8, mental boundaries. Mental boundaries are about guarding our mindsets. Mental boundaries are invisible, but they're powerful. It's saying, I don't engage in gossip. I'm not available for negativity. And I'm protecting my peace, not feeding my fear. You get to filter what enters your mental space. Number 9, digital boundaries. It's okay to silent notifications, set app limits, turn off the TV, log off. You weren't designed to consume endless noise. Digital boundaries are essential for clarity, calm, and creativity. Number 10, self-respect boundaries. Ladies, these are our core identity. These are the most foundational. It's about saying, I won't settle. I know my worth and I don't beg for love. I attract it by being me. Self-respect boundaries, ladies, they change everything. They're the quiet power behind every other boundary that you set. Let's take a second to pause together. Ladies, I want you to take a deep breath and I want you to breathe in self-worth. Breathe out self-sacrifice. Breathe in clarity and breathe out confusion. This episode's affirmations are, come on ladies, say it with me. I am worthy of space. I am allowed to rest. I alone protect my energy, peace, and time because I matter too. So every episode, I love to leave us with some thoughts and journaling prompts to help us go a little bit deeper on the inside. Number one journaling prompt for this week. What boundaries do I know I need to set but haven't? Number two, what emotions keep stopping me from enforcing it? Is it fear? Is it guilt? Is it shame? And finally, what would change in my life if I honored that boundary? Ladies, you are not too much. You are not selfish. And you are not wrong for needing space, silence, rest, or truth. You are allowed to outgrow roles that require you to betray yourself. You are allowed to redefine love, connection, and success. You are allowed today to draw a brave line, a holy line in the sand and say, I love myself enough to stop dying in the name of being liked. If this episode speaks to your soul, share it. DM me. Let me know your takeaway. And if you're ready to turn this into transformation, come join me in my Passion and Purpose Midlife Coaching Program. Ladies, it is time. It is time to set those boundaries and build a life that reflects your worth. Until next time, remember, you don't need permission to rise. You just need truth and courage. So let's rise, Thrive Tribe.